The 2010 Constitution set aside at least 1.5% of the national expenditure as an equalization fund to assist counties with marginalized communities develop and be at par with the rest of the country. Since the inception of the Constitution, at least 54 billion has been allocated to this fund. So far, Treasury has only released 12 billion Kenyan shillings to the fund. And the Council of Governors is now calling on the bicameral parliament to take action on the National Treasury for failure to comply with the law.
The National Treasury is in blatant disobedience of the Constitution of Kenya, because this is a clear constitutional requirement.
On its end, the advisory board to the National Treasury on the Equalization Fund, which was also appearing before the Senate Standing Committee on Finance and Budget, defended the Treasury, saying the release of funds are dependent on the appropriation bill before the House.
For the absorption of the 13.8 or any further absorption of the fund, an appropriation act of Parliament is required.
Article 204 of the Constitution also requires Parliament to receive recommendations from the Commission on Revenue Allocation. Among the recommendations from the CRA on the bill were the limiting of the bill to focus on appropriation of funds for only 2 financial years. The Commission also recommended the amending of the bill to provide clarity as to the account in which the appropriated funds should be allocated.
The bill is silent on where the monies will be deposited.
The Commission on Revenue Allocation also recommended that a clause is added to the bill to specify what happens to unutilized funds by the end of every financial year.
Appropriated money under Article 204 does not return back to the National Treasury. So it will be an accrual form of accounting. And that way, then you don't lose money from the fund.
The body also called for the publishing of funds released by the Exchequer on a quarterly basis for accountability.
The bill should provide a mechanism of monitoring resources utilization and project implementation in marginalized areas.
Once the recommendations on the Equalization Fund appropriation bill have been presented before Parliament, the House will be set to take a vote on it and determine the nature of the next dispatch. David Kagina, K24, Nairobi.